Every community is a microcosmos with its culture, history, economy, language, and influencing people. These entities dictate the trends of fashion and how people accept novelty and innovation. And there is an everlasting conversation on how to preserve the past without being prejudicious toward the future. It's a delicate conversation where the locals and their representatives discuss the values they want to preserve and the ones they might want to welcome. In this way, politics and cultural movements are exerted within the community, and the dweller actively participates in the decision-making processes rather than assuming a position of acceptance only. Our history is full of examples of dominance of one culture upon another, either by war or colonization. Commonly, a wealthier and militarized country or region occupies the other and imposes its culture, economy, language, and government, and the former culture that might be existent for millennia may disappear or be greatly reduced. Nowadays, we travel through countries and continents as it was never done using airplanes, cars, buses, and trains. We trade using vessels that freight goods around the world. Else, the popularization of the internet has made ultra-fast access to content and worldwide communication an asset that nobody is willing to lose. Thus, globalization is at its peak not only in coverage but also in depth, where there are books, texts, music, movie, opinion, fashion, lectures, and other countless contents available to users all over the world. Then we see that globalization has many positive sides, but we should be cautionary because when a local culture begins to disappear due to the suppression caused by another of a wealthier country, globalization starts to show a malignant facet. Seeing the opportunity of conquering new markets, a company that wishes to establish itself in a community has to adapt to the needs and culture standards of that locality, or try through media or other channels to convince the locals that the product is marvelous and thus induce them to consume it. Advertisement is the blood and soul of business. If you have a great product which is yet unknown, failure will inevitably crush your dreams. But if you immerse yourself and your product in the community culture and advertise it massively, prosperity will be on its way. Frequently, multinational companies that produce and sell worldwide see their products being widely accepted in one country and not in its neighbors. One example of that is a world-famous jeans brand that will not find much acceptance in a country where people culturally don't wear jeans, as in parts of the Middle East. The solution to this cultural barrier to economic growth is the merge of local values and customs to the international values the brand is willing to make widespread. If the company of the example given earlier wishes to gain market in a Middle Eastern country, it will need to adapt to the local culture, and instead of selling jeans to these people, it might be more successful if it stamps the clothes these people normally wear with its brand. The other side of the spectrum occurs when a group of peasants gather in associations to sell their products under a single brand. This not only grants market to the small farmer, but also helps them negotiate prices and warranties, and allows their local culture to be preserved and made known throughout the world. The conclusion is that globalization doesn't need to be detrimental. If we take responsibility in preserving old values without rejecting innovation, a future of opportunities can be made reality, and instead of the imposition of one culture upon the others, globalization will be the awareness and availability of local customs anywhere in the world. So, this was the video I wanted to make. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye bye.